Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I bring to you warm greetings from the Honorable Minister for Youth Development, Dr. Ibrahim, who happens to be out of town this morning. Otherwise, she has loved to be here, share her insights with the youth, students that are traveling under this particular program. However, I would like to begin by recognizing and appreciating the presence of the EU ambassador to Nigeria and the ECOWAS, Her Excellency Samuel Isofi, esteemed representatives from the European Union, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the brilliant Erasmus Plus winners and their supportive families. Let me start informally by sharing that the Honorable Minister, Dr. Jamila Irena, has been a friend of the European Union delegation in Nigeria since her previous role in Kwara State dealing with the SDGs. She has been partnering with the European Union. And you believe me when I say she herself is an embodiment of culture. Because we often see her, of course, in her unique dressing that incorporates the various cultures of Nigerian families. So she represents President Bola Tinubu's vision and great interest for youth agenda involvement in government. Now the Honorable Minister will give a message today on the significance of cultural exchange and how Nigerian students can be good ambassadors of the Nigerian culture today at this pre-departure event of the Erasmus Mundus. The importance of cultural exchange is a vital aspect of global education, fosters mutual understanding, promotes tolerance, and builds bridges between diverse societies. So as you prepare to study abroad, consider these key points. Economic and academic benefits. According to UNESCO, students that participate in cultural exchange programs are 60% more likely to engage in international collaborations in their future careers. Global perspective. Since its inception, the Erasmus program has facilitated the exchange of students across Europe. And this exposure helps broaden perspectives and enhance cross-cultural competences. So participating in this program will definitely add value to this legacy and prepare you for a globalized workforce. Peace and understanding. Cultural exchange fosters peace by promoting understanding and reducing prejudice. Studies by the British Council indicates that 74% of exchange students feel they have a greater understanding of cultural diversity and are more empathetic towards people from different backgrounds. Nigeria's rich cultural heritage. Nigeria has immense cultural diversity and heritage, comprising over 250 ethnic groups and more languages. This diversity is our strength in this country, and it represents a rich tapestry of traditions in arts, music, and literature. So as you step into your role as cultural ambassadors, consider these aspects of Nigerian culture that you can share. Number one is our language and literature. Nigeria's literary giants, such as Chinua Achebe, Wole Soyinka, Abubakar Ibrahim, and Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, have significantly contributed to world literature. So reading their works when you go out there can offer insights into our history, society, and values, and you can promote them. Number two, music and dance. Nigerian music, from the traditional beats of the talking drums to the contemporary sounds of the Afrobeats, has captivated audiences across the world. So icons like Fela and Black Kuti, Timida Polo, Esa, Wizzy, and Morel have all showcased the vibrancy of our cross-country music, which you can celebrate and also share abroad. Cuisine. Nigerian cuisine is as diverse as our cultural heritage, with dishes like jollof rice, of course, pounded yam, tuwo shinkafa, eba, and other soups like white soup, fisherman soup, and the rest of them. Sharing these culinary delights can offer a delicious introduction to the Nigerian culture. Festivals and traditions, such as Dapa, Eyo, Odide Oba, and favorite expressions of our cultural heritage, explain and where possible participating in international cultural events with elements of this tradition can showcase the uniqueness of the Nigerian culture. So what's your role as cultural ambassadors? As you represent Nigeria abroad, you will have the unique opportunity and responsibility, this on the line, to be cultural ambassadors of this great country. There are ways you can fulfill this. You can promote the narrative and reject the negative stereotypes about Nigerian youth and all those backgrounds. You can reject it and be proactive in sharing the positive values of our Nigeria, whether through conversations, presentations, or social media. You can highlight our national unity, the resilience of our people, and the achievements that many of our leaders have. So you can build also relationships by engaging actively with peers and participate in cultural activities, and be open to learn from other cultures as you go out there. You can participate in those cultural events to introduce to your fellow students to Nigerian customs, music, and culture. Most importantly, you have to be an example. Your behavior, your work ethic, and your interactions with other people will reflect on Nigeria. So strive very hard to exemplify integrity, respect, and curiosity, if you will, so that you can enhance your reputation and that of your country. So the impact of cultural exchange on Nigeria will be to benefit you and bring back valuable connections back to Nigeria. Transfer knowledge, so open your door. I just learned a new thing about Japan. Don't do it if you don't need to. Upon your return, you can share your new knowledge, your skills, and your best practices that can contribute to Nigeria's development. You can network with global networks that you build and can foster international partnerships and collaborations that can actually benefit this country. Cultural enrichment, exposure to the different cultures that you will be exposed to out there will enrich your understanding and appreciation of the diversity of people across the world. And that will make you a more effective advocate of cultural exchange and tolerance, even within Nigeria when you're back. So as we embark on this exciting journey with the Erasmus Mundus, do remember that you are not just students out there, but ambassadors of Nigerian culture. So embrace this opportunity to learn, share, and build bridges between Nigeria and the rest of the world. Your role is crucial in fostering understanding and celebrating our rich cultural heritage. So congratulations once again, and I wish you all the best in studies and cultural endeavors. Keep a table top Nigerian for your roots, please. And and go and make Nigerians proud out there. And don't forget to come back. Nigeria needs you more. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Aliyu Abdullahi Isiaku, Senior Vice President of the Honorable Minister of Youth Development. Thank you so much once again. Please, another warm applause. Thank you. I'm sure we have heard it all. When you go my field of study, which is safe and reliable nuclear applications. So there you see call for applications, there you see opportunities to apply for. And also I was intentional about building relationships with my professors. These are people that during Christmas, during Salah, we call them, check on them. So that when it's time for applications, you need a recommendation letter, you don't just call and you're like, I'm a student from 5 years ago. You build this relationship so that when it's time for people to advocate for you, you have really good recommendations. So those are some things that I believe help us stand out. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. The guys from my alma mater, the great APU, Zaria. Greatest appetite. Are we here? So now, so long. Alright, so if I mention something very interesting, which is about relationships and networks. Deborah, is that what you're talking about? Thank you very much for the opportunity. Actually, what made me to stand out during my presentation was that I had physical evidence of everything SOP. For instance, if I wrote that I had training in social and so, I always presented a certificate for what I wrote. So always endeavor to upload physical evidence of what you have done. If you say that organize a conference or a training for people, try your best to show pictures of what you have done so far. Also, I had mentors, both professional and also some scholars, also to issue when I was also applying, and I also had some conferences and paper presentation, which I also attended. In total, I have like 10 conferences I attended, and also had like 9 papers that I published during the conferences. And also, I went to IELTS examinations because this is my first time of applying for the Erasmus Scholarship. And when I wrote the IELTS, it really improved and really have more chance for the scholarship. And finally, with the theory, I made sure that I had very good volunteering experience. I would do volunteering experience. It also improved and able to also get the scholarship. Thank you very much. Wow, interesting. So mentors, they have the evidence of all the programs that you attended. I like that point about volunteering, and I think it's something a lot of young people actually
they don't want, yeah.
Being volunteers.
When you tell young people, especially couples, do volunteering, no, and they look for paid job.
Okay, Deborah, I think those things actually make
And they look for paid job. Volunteering matters.
Yeah.
Very important. You dey look for paid job while you are not doing volunteering and time is going. So just imagine you started volunteering and you can use volunteering as a launch pad to enter where you want to go.
Are you part of that?
Sir?
Are you part of that?
An applicant also, but the reason why I didn't get my first choice university in Sweden didn't give me admission.
Is it for
Masters. If you want to pursue PhD in Europe, Sweden is good after your masters. Very, very good. But number one, your SOP must stand out. If you like get volunteering experience, you not get compelling SOP, statement of purpose, forget it. That is the nailing point. So your statement of purpose must stand out. Then your volunteering. Some of the programs they've started opening them, but mostly is by September. Most, but some are open now. volunteer. If for instance now you want to go into engineering, look for volunteering opportunities in engineering
the application.
or something you can connect. Maybe it is not direct, something you can connect the experience.
Actually, I did your Erasmus Mundus program in the year 2021 when I was starting. So then I have a colleague who is really in the process of pursuing scholarship. So he introduced me to a WhatsApp group called NEST because it is Northern Alliance Scholars. It's a group that consists of a lot of scholars who are doing several scholarships across the world. So then I get to know about Erasmus Mundus program, where I started applying, where I applied for a program that's called the program itself. So directly I got education. So I was like, why did I do that? Despite having all these experience in this way. So I contacted a lot of scholars.
After that, and then they can give them
Interesting, because this is not something, I guess very many people can just try once and it comes through. Some people must have tried over and over and over again. So Emma, we come to share your experiences.
Yeah, good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sulaiman Adisa. I am from the Federal University of Technology, Mina. I got through an international masters in advanced design of sustainable ship and offshore structures, start leadership. And in spite of my several browse on several socio-cultural defects in our country, I must acknowledge the federal government of Nigeria for subsidizing my education. I practically paid $40 to study civil engineering at my institution, by academic session. I also thank the EU for providing me the opportunity to advance my course. What is key? Prepare ahead and apply for programs that fit your profile. When in doubt in your applications, reach out to mentors, reach out to program administrators. Communication is key in your application process. Again, note, time is a fleeting companion. And one of my quotes goes thus: those who do not have time on their side, they prepare ahead. If you go on Google search aside, Sulaiman Nuruddin Adisa, Sulaiman Sulimon, Nuruddin Nurden and Adisa, what you will see is research based. So be what you want the world to see. You have to be intentional about it. Finally, we have to get used to rejections.
For sure. Rejection is very important.
For after all our pains and struggles, joy will come in the end. Thank you.
And that is what we're taking to end with. To prepare, right? And prepare early enough. But also to take the rejections when they come boldly and try again. Not to say, I'm not doing this anymore, I've been rejected, but to try again. Because I'm sure that is the story for a lot of you. You have been rejected, but here you are today. Joy indeed has come. Please give Keziah, Deborah, Abuja, and Suleiman a very warm applause. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your experience. Thank you. Amazing. It takes a process. And just to say, this application is actually based on how good the application was. We'd also like to invite William Israel to please go ahead. And finally, we have Tidimola Bello to join the class. Please let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. It's not easy to be alone, I'm telling you.
and have you share your quick thoughts on your experience, the first-hand information from you on how your experience went, and of course, what it was like for you. So now let's begin with you since you're the partner. We're turning things around to say men first, right? Okay, so we're like, let's hear from you. Which countries did you go to, and what was your experience like?
Good morning, everybody. So I am Israel Miladi. I'm popularly known as Miladi. So I had plans as my first family of mobility. After spending a whole academic session in France, I went to Senegal. So I was at the University Sheraton Hotel for the semester. After which I went to the University of Cologne for the final semester. So basically, the experience was more about movement. I think that's the experience of an average Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. You know, from one country to the other. For some, it's tiring. For me, it was enjoyable since I love it. So for my first month of mobility, it was France. What I appreciated most was the quality of education, and this is also proven by the quality of the library. I studied organic in humanities. We do a lot of reading and writing, a lot of physical analysis, sexual analysis, and all that. And one thing that shocked me, perhaps I underestimated the strength of the French academic system, was the extent to which the library, the National Library of France, for instance, was furnished. I mean, I go on the website, I type up books that come to my mind, I discovered that, yeah, these books are available. So somehow, I fell in love with the library, and I kept on going on weekends, just to have fun, enjoy myself, and all that. And I'm sure many of my colleagues had similar experience. And by the time I got to Senegal, I think I had the best experience that I moved between 2 countries. I was in Europe and I was also in Senegalese country. It was my first time going to Senegal, and for me, it was an exposure to another world, the new continent of Africa. It was really about the new culture, the new people, getting to discover another form of education, and all contributing to reshaping my perspective about life, particularly culture, identity, and all that. And one thing I think is key in my experience, how this has further shaping my perspective and also
Pretty interesting, moving from Europe, coming back to Africa, and of course, broadening your perspective on so many things. And I can imagine how much of the library actually came to you, that indeed you can get everything that you need. But to me, was it the same experience to me within, tell us about the countries, the countries of the place. Yeah.
My name is Haley Williams. My program was Korean English, very peculiar. It's an international master in dance knowledge, practice, and heritage. Yes, I said dance. But it was not we were not dancing for the whole 2 years. It was intangible cultural heritage research and a bunch of how do you say, research on anthropology and ethnochoreology. The countries that I went to, France was the Muslim, the University of France was the Muslim University Clermont Open, and then there was Norwegian University of Science and Technology in Trondheim, and then there was University of Szeged in Hungary, and then the final pathway was London, University of Roehampton in the United Kingdom. I spent the longest time in Hungary because we split the cohort into two, so half of us got to spend 9 months in Hungary, the other half spent 9 months in Norway. But somewhere in between, we do like a 2-week exchange. That's what happened, and then we have a 3-month field work period. And I chose to go to Cyprus for that. I did an internship for my group, and I went to Cyprus to do that. And yeah, then afterwards went back to France for the semester, did some touring around Europe, and then went to London for the final 6 months where we concluded the whole dissertation and did the project defense and did the graduation, and it was good.
Wow, that's a lot of moving around. It was a lot, right? But you enjoyed it all.
Yes, I loved it.
Okay, alright, great stuff. So moving around the world Erasmus Plus with you. Well, how about you, Titi? Was it the same experience when you moving from the UK to Czech Republic to Ireland? How was that experience for you?
Hi everyone, my name is Pedro, and I was an IMSIS scholar. IMSIS is International Masters in Security, Intelligence and Strategic Studies. And I got the opportunity to travel to the United Kingdom, Czech Republic, and Ireland with the University of Glasgow being the hosting institution that's in the United Kingdom. So I spent about 4 months, that's like my first semester in Glasgow, after which I moved to Ireland for about 6 months. Then we had the holiday period, and then after that I moved to Czech Republic. It was a very interesting move. I wouldn't say it was rosy all through because you have to sort out your accommodation, acclimatize to the new cities that you're moving to. But it felt really good getting the opportunity to live in these 3 places. And luckily for me, the institutions that I got to study at were all in the sense that they had similar methods. So that was quite easy to transition through. And then, also making friends in these new cities, because in as much as we're going for our master's degrees, we also have to network, and explore the city. So just as you're passing through the institution, the place that you get to is also passing through you. But I'd say in all, it was a very enjoyable experience, and it's something I would not trade for anything at all.
Great talk. Fantastic experience it must have been for you. I'm glad you said you don't trade it for anything else. But some people would say, are there specific courses people need to read? Are there specific disciplines, you need to have?
We'll start with your name.
My name is Abuja.
Okay, can you tell us which program are you going to study? And what is your first country of mobility?
My program is dynamic of moving power-based system. That is DREAM. And my first mobility is France.
France. Okay, from France then you now move.
From France, I'll be moving to Spain. Then coming back to France for specialization in transmission, distribution, grid, and micro.
Okay, so you intend going to the European countries to study in order to be impacted with skills and knowledge. So what do you intend upon completion of your study? What do you intend to venture into, or how will you give back to the society having gone through this training or this educational skills acquisition?
Upon completion of my program in Europe, I would like to go back for my PhD, or for my PhD as my first plan. If this doesn't go on the way I want, I will look for a job whereby I will impact the knowledge gained from the program in moving the power sector, particularly the renewable area ahead.
Because that means, if I understand you, your course is basically much more onto, seeing how sustainable solutions could help in trying to.
The aim of the program is to increase shares in renewable power, renewable system, renewable energy in the world, in Europe.
So that means your program will play a vital role towards, energy transition balance in Nigeria?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
And we look forward to the more. Thank you so much.